Chapter 1 All-Human Survival Game. You are listening at FameTV.info. This is a treasure chest. In the Wasteland, Linyu looked at the treasure chest-like thing under his feet and couldn't help muttering to himself. On the way to work, he saw an unimaginably large meteorite fall from the sky. With a deafening roar, a white light lit up and he lost consciousness. When I opened my eyes again, I came to this strange place that he accidentally stepped on a small purple lizard, and a basketball-sized treasure chest appeared out of thin air. The mechanical synthesis sound of, "You have obtained a wooden treasure chest," also sounded in his ears. Linyu was in doubt. When he lowered his head and was about to take the treasure chest, he found a black book lying beside him. The words, "Survival Manual," were written on it. Picking it up, suddenly lines of text composed of blue fluorescent light appeared in front of you. Congratulations, like the other 7.8 billion people on Earth, you came to this alien wasteland world to participate in this survival game. Survival is your only pursuit and goal. Disasters are like shadows in this alien world. After 7 days, the first random disaster will come, and then there will be one every 7 days, and the cycle will repeat. 3 days before the disaster, there will be a disaster forecast. The refuge is your only safety guarantee. After being destroyed, it will disappear on its own and will not recover. The elderly and children, the disabled, and various groups who cannot take care of themselves, considering their weak survival, will be delivered to their relatives after the first disaster, and each person will be provided with food and water for 3 days. This world is rich in resources but also full of dangers. Fight against the mutant creatures that live here. You may defeat it, you will have a certain chance to get a treasure chest, but you may also fail and become its food. The mutant creatures will become more active and dangerous after the night comes. Please be careful. Survival materials will be refreshed in the wild and obtained through treasure chests. The quality of opening treasure chests will increase with the strength of mutant creatures. Gather your mental power. You can open the game panel, you can use it to make your survival easier. Remember, the death here is the real death. All human beings, wish, good luck. After a while, the light curtain and manual also disappeared. This is another world survival game. Linyu couldn't help but be surprised. The light curtain just now was not produced by the original technology. The treasure chest in front of him and the prompt sound in his mind made him immediately accept the reality. Traveling to an alien planet with all human beings, the only purpose is to survive. And what about the random disaster once every 7 days? What is the disaster? Floods, blizzards, mudslides, earthquakes, beast tides, meteorites falling to the ground. Whichever it is, it doesn't sound very good. Even Linyu, who has always been big-hearted, was a little nervous at this time that he looked around. This is a world composed of sparse grasslands and lush, barren, dead silence. Wait, I just said that fighting mutant creatures will give you a chance to get treasure chests. Linyu looked at the treasure chest again, and couldn't understand it. Is that weak chicken and little lizard a mutant creature? He opened the treasure chest. You got Nongfu Sanquan mineral water 600 milliliters pack X1, Nongfu 3-fist mineral water. Linyu frowned. ISN this a different world. While taking out the mineral water, the treasure chest also disappeared. Strange. Linyu said, looking up in another direction. Less than 10 meters away from him, an extremely dilapidated pointed thatched cottage was located there, and he noticed it just now. That it should be the sanctuary that the manual calls it. This thing, which is slanted to one side and has holes everywhere, is actually a sanctuary. Linyu couldn't help slandering that. He opened the door, and before he entered it, the door slammed down to the ground. Linyu, who was almost hit, couldn't help twitching the corners of his mouth. Putting his gaze into the dimly lit thatched hut, he found that the inside of the house was very simple. The walls were about 2 meters and 5 meters high, and there was only a pile of hay in the corner. Other than that, there was nothing else. What about the sanctuary? That I'm afraid it didn't collapse first and smashed him to death inside. Linyu sat on the musty hay and expressed concern about the firmness here. however, it should be possible to fix it. He remembered what the manual said to concentrate, and soon, a light curtain appeared in front of him. Important information: trade mall refuge information manufacture inventory. Oh, it /s really like a game. Lin Yu focused his attention on important news, and then a new screen popped up. 3 options, one is announcement, the other is group, and the other is private chat. Good guy, the old QQ, the first time the goose factory is deflated, announcement. Disaster information is sent in real time, and there will be continuous reminders before the disaster arrives. Lin Yu remembered that the manual mentioned that there would be a random disaster every 7 days, and a notification would come after 3 days. What the disaster was is still unknown, however, there is such a thing. It feels stressful. The time is also carefully written on it. The first day of the last calendar, 11.23.49. Continue to look at the group, which is almost the same as the QQ chat group, except that the avatar is the photo of his head, the nickname is the original name, and there is a plus sign next to it, which should mean adding friends. There were a total of 10,000 members in the group. Lin Yu looked through it and found that there didn't /t seem to be many faces of Tang people in it. Most of them were foreigners, and the names were very thoughtfully translated into Tang language. Now, the chat information is also constantly being refreshed. Oh, guys, is this broken thatched hut a shelter? I bet it /LL collapse if it just backs off. Oh my god, I swear I touched it and it collapsed. Which of you was born near the water? There /s not a drop of water here, it /s all sand, I /m dying of thirst. His grandma /s, why is there no water? The chance of killing monsters to get out of the treasure chest is too low. I killed 4 green monsters like mice, and none of the chests came out. That /s right, the chances are too low. I also killed a bunch of bugs, but if one didn't /t, who broke the box? Report. The 7-fist-sized beetles have not yet appeared, and the non-chief passed by. Don /t worry about the treasure chest, who found the food? I /v been on a diet fast for 3 days before, and I /m starving to death. Lin Yu took a look. There is a lot of irrigation, but there are also some useful information that he noticed that everyone /s location is also different. There are Gobi, desert, forest, and there are also people like him who are in the wasteland, but the common lack seems to be water and food. For this reason, someone set the target on the treasure chest and went directly to the trouble of mutant creatures. Lin Yu found the chat search filter function. After entering the treasure box, with his mind, he found that none of the thousands of messages were not complaining that the probability was too low, and none of the treasure boxes were exposed. Are the odds really that low? This made Lin Yu gradually feel that he might really be possessed by Emperor O. At that time, after walking out the door, Yu read www.yuukangshu.com and looked around. There was no sign of the water source, and the food was out of the question. In the line of sight, in addition to weeds and stones, there are sparse trees. At this moment, a purple black grasshopper several times bigger than he thought jumped to his feet. Lin Yu stepped down like a reflex. You got a wooden treasure chest. Got it again. After opening, you got Kong Shui Fu braised lamb flavor instant noodles x1. Suddenly there is food. Who said that food is hard to come by? Holding the instant noodles, Lin Yu couldn't /t help but wonder, is his face so white? After a careful search around, I finally found a crawling red caterpillar. He took a deep breath. Try again. Taking off his shoes, Lin Yu took aim and it was a shot. Snap. You got a wooden treasure chest. Not right. Looking at the treasure chests that appeared continuously on the ground, Lin Yu /s scalp felt numb. It can /t be so European anymore, can it? Others don /t get 1 out of more than a dozen, so if I kill 3, I can get 3.isn /t the chance a little too high. Lin Yu walked into the distance and found 3 red lizards that looked like they were magnified several times. Pick up 2 shoes and walk over. Clap. You got a wooden treasure chest. You got. Lin Yu looked at the 3 boxes that came out in a row in front of him, his head buzzing. Actually, 6 consecutive treasure chests. Could it be that there is a 100% chance of bursting the treasure chest? Could this be my golden finger? Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.